So oftentimes we get the question around people saying, well, how many people do you test? And a typical number for us is between 12 and 18. That's a very typical test that we do. And the immediate reaction we get there is that, oh, that's low. And the reaction comes from the fact that a lot of research, especially public opinion research or surveys or even focus groups type research, is done with larger to quite a lot larger numbers, varying from 50 to in the thousands. So we get that feedback from, well, how can you do a test with maybe 12 people? The reason for that is that, first of all, testing this way is fairly labor intensive. You have an hour session, we do a very detailed analysis of that hour session, and in that hour session people do very intense things. So they go through the website, they get to find information, and they tend to spend quite a considerable effort to go through those tasks. So they're really tired after an hour. We have to do that just one-on-one as well. We can't do this really in a group session. Why? Because we need to record everybody individually. We need to see their behavior, and the best way to do that is to have a camera and software that will record mouse movement, clicks, page transitions on a one-on-one basis. Another very important aspect to this is that what we find, and what the literature and academics also find, is that people tend to reason in a similar way if they have the same user goal. What that means is that we typically find that after 2 or 3 users with the same kind of motivations and goals, so the same type of user group, they tend to find the same issues with the user experience. So instead of going with the big numbers and say let's do 50 of people with the same user, in the same user group, we end usually around 4 to 6 people in the same user group, finding the same results basically. And that is a nice thing about this kind of work, is that you don't need the large numbers to see clearly the trends that are happening in the behavior. Because it is behavior, this is not about big numbers around opinion, this is around, if I cannot find a certain piece of information, chances are that you cannot find it either. And that's why we find time and time again in the testing that really it's about the trends that we see, as opposed to for example, purely significant, statistically significant result that sometimes people are looking for.